Any doubt to anyone from the previous class? See, there was a question. There are 2 or 3 questions that we can discuss. As a doubt for rubidium, the configuration is krypton 5s1. Krypton 5s1. So which of the following will be correct? Which one will be correct among them? Last. Why last? We have 5s. For s subshell, L is equal to 0, M is equal to 0. That is why last one. Okay, Samarth.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. उसके बाद if we have a question like 2k 8l 9m 2n. Pratyusha, we do not know if there is a competition between plus half and minus half, then we will say it is plus half. Otherwise, it can be plus half also, minus half also. Because this is the best possible answer. Among this, what is the atomic number? S electrons, P electrons, D electrons, unpaired electrons. Yes. If this is given, what will be the atomic number? how many s electrons, how many p electrons, how many d electrons, how many unpaired electrons. So atomic number is simply the number of electrons. 2 8 10 19 21 21. Atomic number is 21. 2k means 1s2. 8l means 2s2 2p6. 9m means 3s2 3p6 3d1. And 2n means 4s2. Right? 2k means 1s2. 8l means 2s2 2p6. 9m means 3s2 3p6 3d1. 4s2 is 4n. तो s इलेक्ट्रॉन कितने हुए? 2 4 6 8 8 s इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. p इलेक्ट्रॉन्स कितने हुए? 6 and 6 12. d electron 1. Unpaired electron only in d. That is it. Okay. Unpaired 0 क्यों है? किमाया. The electron which is present in d subshell, that will be unpaired only. All of you understood this? All of you understood this? If n is equal to 6, if n is equals to 6, then what will be the order of energy of subshells? Increasing order of energy of subshells. इसको A बोल देते हैं. Let it be B, let this be C, and let this be D. Increasing order of energy of subshell. Increasing order of energy of subshell. Increasing order of energy of subshell. Let's name them first. This will be 6s. This will be 6p. This will be 5d. And this will be 4f. Right? Apply n plus l rule. Apply n plus l rule. So n plus l will be 6 for it, 7 for it, 7 for it, 7 for it. 6 plus 0, 6 plus 1, 5 plus 2, 4 plus 3. Okay. So we know if n plus l value is same, then we have to arrange them according to their n value. 6s, 4f, 5d, 6p. Understood? Understood? All of you? Okay. So let's get back to the photoelectric effect. Let's get back to the photoelectric effect. Any doubt till here in photoelectric effect? Till photoelectric equation. This is incident energy. This is threshold energy. Incident energy, threshold energy. Okay. Try करते हैं. If the incident energy is 20% greater is greater than threshold energy, then ratio of threshold energy to kinetic energy will be if the incident energy is 20% greater than threshold energy, then ratio of threshold energy by kinetic energy will be very good, Jared. So let threshold energy be X. Let threshold energy be X. Then incident energy will be X plus 20% of X. That means 1.2X. Understood? If threshold energy is X, incident energy will be 1.2X. Applying the equation, incident energy is equals to threshold energy plus kinetic energy. Incident energy is 1.2x, threshold energy is x, then kinetic energy will be how much? Kinetic energy will be 0.2x. Kinetic energy will be 0.2x. So total energy by kinetic energy will be x upon 0.2x. It will be 5:1. Very good. Understood all of you? Now, if we plot a graph, between frequency and kinetic energy, then what it will be, what type it will be, we know the equation. What type graph it will be? First, make it new, divide everything by h, divide by h, पूरी इक्वेशन को h से डिवाइड कर दो, it will become nu is equals to nu naught plus 1 upon h kinetic energy. Now it becomes y equals to mx plus c. Y equal to mx plus c. This is your c. This is your m slope. Do we know this equation y equal to mx plus c? Do we know this equation y equal to mx plus c? It means straight line with y-intercept. Straight line with y-intercept. So here your intercept will become nu naught. Slope will become 1 by h. This will be the graph. Understood? Please mute your mic. Copy it fast. Kinetic energy of photoelectron is directly proportional kinetic energy of photoelectron is directly proportional to the frequency of incident radiation number of photons strikes is equal to the number of electrons ejected. Is equal to the number of electrons ejected. Let's wait for 2 minutes. Number of photons striking is equal to the number of electrons ejected. So it is called intensity of light is directly proportional to the number of electrons ejected. Understood? More the number of electrons ejected, more will be, more the intensity of light, more will be the number of electrons ejected. And kinetic energy depends upon the frequency of incident radiation. Understood? That means if we make a graph between number of electrons ejected and intensity, and if we make a graph between number of electrons ejected with kinetic energy, then what type of graph will be having? What type of graph we will get? Intensity of light is directly proportional to the number of electrons ejected. तो इसमें तो straight line आ जाएगी. इसमें number of electrons ejected will remain same. It will not depend upon frequency. I don't frequency. It will not depend upon frequency of light. It will not depend upon frequency of light. Number of electrons ejected will depend upon intensity, not on the frequency. Very good. Understood? All of you? All of you understood? Okay. If a metal is irradiated with a light of wavelength 500 angstrom and work function of metal work function of metal is 5 electron volt, then kinetic energy of photoelectrons will be so these kind of questions will rarely be asked because this will be more of numerical question. It will take more of time. I just want to tell you how to convert electron volt into joule. How to convert electron volt into joule. One electron volt is 1.6 into 10 to the raised power minus 19 joule. This you should know. Rest, there are very less chances that this much numerical question will come. Though you can apply the equation incident energy equals to work function plus kinetic energy. So incident energy minus work function will be equal to kinetic energy. Incident energy will be hc by lambda minus 5 into 1.6 into 10 to the raised power minus 19 joule will be kinetic energy. So 6.6 into 10 to the raised power minus 34, 3 into 10 to the raised power 8 divided by 500 into 10 to the raised power minus 19. This will be your answer. Understood? So more of numerical it is. Just you should know this relation, that will be sufficient. Understood all of you? So small questions are more important in this topic rather than these big questions. Okay, because this topic has been removed also. Right on. Bohr atomic model. Bohr atomic model. Bohr atomic model. Okay. Right on. According to Bohr, electron revolves around the nucleus in fixed circular paths called orbits. called orbits. So electron revolves around the nucleus in a circular orbit. Okay. There are infinite number of orbits around the nucleus in which electron can be present. In which electron can be present. Understood? They are designated by the principal quantum number. Means n. N equal to 1 means first orbit. N equal to 2 means second orbit, and so on. Done? Energy of an electron in any particular orbit is always fixed. Yes, they will be same. Pratyusha. Hence, they are also called stationary orbits. Stationary orbits. Hence, they are also called stationary orbits. Done, all of you? Energy of electron will change only when it changes its orbit. Changes its orbit. Changes its orbit. If it goes from low to high, if it goes from low to high, energy is absorbed. If it goes from low to high, energy is absorbed. Electron transit from low to high, energy is absorbed. high to low, energy is released. Energy is released. Okay. Change in energy will be equals to delta E of final minus E of initial. Or you can say H delta nu, मतलब change in frequency. That won't be correct. आप ये लिखो that delta E is equals to H nu. ठीक है? The energy which is getting radiated will have some frequency, and that frequency will be this. So you can also get the frequency of radiation, whether it is getting absorbed or is getting released. Frequency of that radiation can also be calculated. Understood? Angular momentum of an electron in any orbit Komal, I just said when an electron goes from lower state to higher state, or when it comes back from higher state to lower state, it will radiate energy or absorb energy. It will radiate some energy or absorb energy. In that particular energy, what will be the frequency? What will be the frequency? That can be calculated by this formula. Once you know the energy divided by H, you will get the frequency. Okay, Komal. Angular momentum of an electron in any orbit is given by nh upon 2 pi. nh upon 2 pi. It is called orbit angular momentum. Angular momentum. Orbit angular momentum. N cannot be 0. Yes, energy absorbed in a positive sign. We will come to that also. We will do it. Do not worry about it. हम उसको निकालेंगे and then I will say that कि positive है कि negative है. N cannot be fraction. N can be integer only. Okay. Any doubt in this? So now we have orbit angular momentum and orbital angular momentum. We have two things. एक बार दोनों लिख लेते हैं. What is orbit angular momentum? Orbit angular momentum. It is nh upon 2 pi. nh upon 2 pi. nh upon 2 pi depends upon n value. Depends upon n value. एक था ऑर्बिटल एंगुलर मोमेंटम. It was root of L into L plus 1 into h upon 2 pi. Depends upon L value. ये सब शेल पर डिपेंड करेगा. ये शेल पर डिपेंड करेगा. One will depend upon shell, one will depend upon subshell. Yes, it's MVR only. Orbital angular momentum, L equals to MVR equals to NH upon 2 pi. Yes, Pratyusha, that thing only. Okay. एक एग्जांपल भी ले लेते हैं. Like if we have 3p subshell, 3p subshell, उसका orbit angular momentum क्या होगा? What will be orbit angular momentum? Orbit angular momentum will be 3h upon 2 pi. 3h upon 2 pi. और ऑर्बिटल एंगुलर मोमेंटम क्या होगा? What will be orbital angular momentum? It will be root of L into L plus 1 into h upon 2 pi. मतलब root 2 into h upon 2 pi. Understood? Understood, all of you? Okay, just wait for a minute. So now we have an important thing, that is radius of Bohr orbit. Radius of Bohr orbit. Velocity of electron in Bohr orbit. Frequency of revolution of electron in Bohr orbit. Time period for electron revolution in Bohr orbit. Kinetic energy and potential energy of electron in Bohr orbit. Copy it first. The radius of nth orbit is directly proportional to n square by z. The radius of any orbit is directly proportional to n square by z with a constant 0.53 n square by z angstrom. 0.53 n square by z angstrom. Okay. Velocity of electron in nth orbit is directly proportional to z by n. It will be 2.2 into 10 to the raised power 6 into z by n meter per second. Okay. What is z here? Z here, atomic number, and n is the orbit number. In which orbit we are talking about? Okay. Frequency will be z square by n cube. Time period will be n cube by z square. Copy it first. Their values are not required क्योंकि वो हम बहुत कम पढ़ेंगे. All of you done? All of you done? Total energy total energy will be equals to kinetic energy plus potential energy. Total energy is minus 13.6 electron volt into z square by n square per atom or minus 2.18 into 10 to the raised power minus 18 joule z square by n square per atom. Understood? And total energy is equal to kinetic energy but with negative sign. Total energy into 2 is potential energy with same sign. These are the formulas that we'll be using in this part. This is the most important part of this chapter after quantum number. So just write it down again. We'll start questions of this. All of you written till relation of kinetic energy and potential energy. All of you written till potential energy. ठीक है. Let's try some questions. The radius of third orbit of hydrogen atom. We know radius is n square by z into 0.53 angstrom. N is equal to 3. Z is equal to 1. So it will be 3 square divided by 1 into 0.53 angstrom. That will be 9 into 0.53 angstrom. So 4.77 angstrom. These formulas are used only for single electron species. These formulas are used only for single electron species. These formulas are used only for single electron species. ठीक है? These Bohr formulas are used for single electron species only, like hydrogen, helium plus, lithium 2 plus, beryllium 3 plus, kind of. Okay. Understood this one? Okay, तो एक और करते हैं. If the radius of second orbit of hydrogen is 2.12 angstrom, then radius of lithium 2 plus for same orbit will be radius is directly proportional to n square by z, r of hydrogen divided by r of lithium will be equal to n of hydrogen divided by n of lithium the square into z of hydrogen, z of lithium. Orbit same दिया है तो it will get cancelled out. So 2.12 angstrom divided by 3 is equals to Li2 plus. So it will be nearly 0.7 angstrom. Understood, Asmita? If the radius of second orbit of helium plus is x picometer, then radius of third orbit of beryllium 3 plus will be find ratio. First orbit hydrogen, second orbit, hydrogen, third orbit, hydrogen, first orbit, hydrogen, second orbit, helium, third orbit, lithium. Second orbit, lithium, second orbit, helium, second orbit, हाइड्रोजन. ठीक है, इसको 3 to 1 कर देता हूँ. Solve this. Solve both these questions. Sixteen is to 9. What about others? Yeah, it is in picometer only. What is that, Kimaya? 1.0.5. What does that mean? अच्छा, first का है 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 12 meter. You could have given answer in picometer only, na? Solution. Radius of second orbit for helium divided by radius of third orbit of beryllium. N square by Z. N square, N square. Z, Z. So this will come out to be 8 by 9. कितना हो जाएगा? 9 by 8 times of x picometer is equals to of beryllium ion. Pooja, Pratyusha, you gave 16 is to 9. It was 8 is to 9 or 9 is to 8. Done, all of you? Okay, first one. N square by Z. N square by Z. N square by z. मतलब 1:4:9, right? What about others? Others are not giving answer. Jared, Rimberly, Rebecca, Shane. Second, n square by z. N square by z. N square by z. N square by z. So that will be 1:2:3. Third, this is 1. Third, n square by z. N square by z. N square by z. N square by z. ये हो जाएगा 3:2:1. Understood, all of you? Just put the values and you will get the answer. Done, all of you? Let's see. Velocity, second orbit of hydrogen divided by third orbit of hydrogen. First question. B. Velocity first of hydrogen divided by second of lithium. Time period first of helium divided by third of helium. Frequency third of He plus divided by frequency second of Li2 plus. Copy it fast. Done? Z by N. Solutions. Z by N. Second orbit hydrogen divided by third orbit hydrogen. Z by N divided by Z by N. So it will be 3 by 2. Very good. A का. B. Velocity first orbit hydrogen divided by second orbit lithium. Second orbit lithium. Z by N. Z by N. That will be 2 by 3. B तो 2 by 3 आएगा ना. 2 by 3. 1 by 3 क्यों आएगा? C. Z by N. ये क्या था? N cube by Z square. N cube by Z square. N cube N cube by Z square divided by N cube by Z square. So this will be 1 by 27. Any problem to anyone in this? Formula based questions they are. ये तो डायरेक्टली फॉर्मूला बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस है. वेरी सिंपल क्वेश्चन है. यू शुड जस्ट नो द रिलेशन. ये वाला देखेंगे तो z स्क्वायर बाय n क्यूब. Z स्क्वायर बाय n क्यूब divided by Z square by n cube. Z square by n cube. (32 by 243).
सर Li प्लस का क्या रहता?
Li 2 plus
प्लस 1 रहता तो
होगा ही नहीं. It is only applicable for single electron species.
okay.
This theory is applicable only for single electron species. It does not think anything about the shielding effect. No intervening electrons. Okay. Any doubt? It is 32 by 243. Pratyusha. 32 by 243. 2 to the raised power 5 we have. Radius of second excited state of lithium 2 plus divided by radius of third excited state of B 4 plus will be how much? Now here we should know the nomenclature. N equal to 1 is called ground state. N equal to 1 को बोलते हैं ground state. N equal to 2 is called first excited state. N equal to 3 is called second excited state. मतलब if you have N equal to X, then it will be X minus 1 excited state. Understood? It can be other way around also. If you are given with first excited state, तो आपको एक बढ़ा देना है. You have to increase by 1. Second excited state, X minus 1 excited state. You have to increase it by 1 unit. Your N value will be increased by 1 unit. So radius of third orbit of lithium 2 plus divided by radius of fourth orbit of boron plus 4. So it will be n square by z divided by n square by z. So it will be 9 by 3 into 5 by 16. 45 by 48. मतलब 15 by 16. ये आना चाहिए. 15 by 16. 3 by 4 कैसे आया? How is it 3 by 4? N square by z. N square by z. 5 by 16. 9 by 3. 45. 48. 15 by 16 आएगा. रुबेका. दीपिका. पूजा, we can more cancel out this. 3 से दोनों को डिवाइड कर सकते हैं. अंबा. प्रत्युषा. Understood? Okay, let's move to total energy now. Total energy of electron in hydrogen atom in different orbits. n इक्वल टू, इधर से लिखते हैं, n इक्वल टू 1, n इक्वल टू 2, n इक्वल टू 3, n equal to 4, n equal to 5. We are trying only for hydrogen atom. And let's try to find out all of them. Total energy, kinetic energy, potential energy. Can you tell me total energy? Can you tell me total energy for hydrogen atom in the first orbit? If you remember the formula, how much it was? It was minus 13.6 electron volt into Z square by N square. So this will be minus 13.6 electron volt. तो kinetic energy कितनी होगी? How much will be kinetic energy then? It will be just same magnitude opposite sign. And potential energy कितनी होगी? Same sign but double in magnitude. Same sign but double in magnitude. Ronald, same sign. Deepika, same sign. Very good, Shane. Very good, Komal. Same sign but double in magnitude. Let's move to n equal to 2. n equal to 2 के लिए total energy, hydrogen atom, potential energy, sorry, kinetic energy, potential energy, write down all of them now. फाइव तक आपको याद रखनी है. Understood? Any doubt till here? Which among the following is correct? Which among the following is correct? Total energy in first orbit is greater than total energy in second orbit greater than total energy in third orbit. Kinetic energy in first orbit is lesser than kinetic energy in second orbit is lesser than kinetic energy in third orbit. Total energy in first orbit is lesser than total energy in second orbit is lesser than total energy in third orbit. Which among the following are correct? Which among the following are correct? So let's put their values. Minus 13.6 electron volt, minus 3.4 electron volt, minus 1.51 इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट. तो ये तो रॉन्ग हो गया. इधर 1.5 इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट, 3.4 इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट, 13.6 इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट, ये भी रॉन्ग हो गया. This one is minus 3 electron volt, minus 6.8 electron volt, minus 27.2 electron volt. ये करेक्ट है. Understood? Any doubt to anyone in this? So we will do questions on kinetic energy in the next class. That is it for today. Okay, do read them again and try to solve previous year questions. Try to solve previous year questions. Thank you.